So I'm back from a very emotionally draining trip. We had my father's funeral service, and I spent some time with my mom. The aide who looked after my father is still at my mom's apartment. The aide is a wonderful woman who keeps a really neat house. Part of that entails her constantly throwing stuff out, which made my butt cheeks clench. She loves throwing stuff out. One morning, she showed me a big blister on her toe and said it was from walking the night before in shoes that were too stiff. I asked her if she had a pair of tennis shoes. She said she used to, but she threw them out. I asked her if she got rid of them because they were worn out. She answered, no, they were fine, but I looked at my shoes and thought there were too many, so I threw out my tennis shoes. That is something completely foreign to me. I have worn out tennis shoes that I still have difficulty tossing because I wear them when I wash my car. I wish I could toss things out that easily, but hoarding disorder is my cross to bear. I returned home to see a couple clothes moths, but thankfully not the infestation I had when I came back from my last trip. I was also greeted by cat vomit on the bed, and one of my cats had diarrhea. Welcome home. So today I'd like to share something I did that was very scary, but very worth it. While I was away, a friend with whom I haven't been in touch with for quite a while left a message. When I returned his call, he invited me to go with him to his mom's ballroom dance recital. I've met his mother on several occasions. She's so adorable and super sweet, and it sounded like a fun night. But when my friend told me the dance hall location, I heard a record scratch in my head because it wasn't far from me. I figured he would offer to pick me up, and my house, especially after returning home from a long trip, is not presentable. I haven't opened my front door for anyone in years, and I had never told this friend about my secret. I've turned down many invitations from people before because I'm afraid they'll want to come to my house. Even if they're only planning on picking me up, they'll probably park and ring my doorbell when they arrive. Or if they're dropping me off, they might ask to use the restroom before they drive home. The thought of them asking to come inside my house terrifies me. As a result, I've become more and more isolated and lonely over time. The stigma of hoarding disorder and the shame about the condition of my house led me to make up an excuse as to why I couldn't go to the dance recital. But the next morning I woke up and decided I wanted to go to this event. I'm so fucking tired of hoarding disorder hijacking my life. So I called my friend to tell him I'd like to go if it was still possible. He said, great, my mom would love to see you. Where do you live? When I told him, his response was, that's perfect. You're right on the way. I can pick you up around 5:30. That's when I put on my big girl pants and said, can I confide something in you? I have hoarding disorder, and I just want to be honest with you so you understand why I'm not comfortable letting you into my house when you pick me up. But I want to go to the dance recital. It sounds really fun, and I'm tired of shying away from things because of my issue. This isn't something you can tell just anybody, but I know this friend is a compassionate person and figured he wouldn't judge. He was so kind and told me he appreciated me trusting him enough to share that with him. Then he said, I'll text you when I'm close so you can just come outside. I thanked him for his understanding, and Saturday night I had a really fun time watching all the dancers and talking with my friend. If I hadn't changed my mind and confided in him, I would have spent yet another Saturday night alone in my hoarded house, feeling depressed and hopeless. As hard as it is to reveal this secret to people, at the same time, it's a huge relief
to be able to be honest about why I don't have people over instead of feeling like I'm dodging bullets while making up bullshit excuses. It's really stressful trying to live a double life. I remember the first time I shared my secret with someone. It felt like the pressure valve on a pressure cooker was finally opened, and I burst into tears. For the past couple years, I've been slowly confiding in more people. It's scary as fuck, but like so many things in life, no pain, no gain. I'm so glad I've done it. I've received help and support along the way because of it. And it's put me in touch with a woman 10 miles from me who also struggles with hoarding disorder. 7 weeks ago, we started getting together to try to fight this beast. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to be able to talk with and work with someone who truly gets what it feels like and how frustrating it is. She's someone who speaks the same language and a wonderful new friend to boot. If you've got hoarding issues and have been living a double life, I encourage you to take some time to just think about who you might feel comfortable confiding in. I know we're afraid of being judged, of people defining us only by our disorder and not seeing the many positive things we have to offer. So be selective. What I recommend is to think about people who have acknowledged positive things about you. Like the friend who tells you how creative you are or how funny you are, because these people already appreciate your positive qualities. Please remember that each of us is more than just our hoarding disorder.